everyone, I currently live in South Korea, Seoul, and the spring has just ended. So I thought that what if I tell you guys what spring is like here, so next time when you come, you know what to wear or what to do. So spring could be divided largely into three parts according to each month. So March, April, and May, and they are actually really different. So let's start with March. March is the coldest month, obviously, because it is changing from winter to spring. So basically, March is pretty cold still, and even though the daytime gets sometimes quite warm, the nighttime is really cold still. So you should be aware of that. So what to wear? You should think of layers. Layers are really important during the seasons when they change. Like, it's not winter, it's not summer, so it gets cold and hot. So you do want to be able to have the option to take layers off if you need to, but also you don't really want to be cold, because especially if you're going to be outside a lot, you don't want to get cold and then you get sick and everything. So layers. For March, I do recommend you to have a winter coat, but not the really thick ones, but the lighter ones, the ones that are kind of warm but not too warm. So those are really good, and the ones that are really easy to open from the front, because you might get hot, so you want to open the front. But sometimes you do get hot during the daytime, so you want to take it off. So it's good to have something warm underneath as well, maybe like hoodie or something that you could take off if you are too hot as well, but you could have it. So it's good to have the options. Evening time is definitely going to be cold, so be prepared. If you really get cold easily, maybe even like light gloves and stuff like that could be helpful, but it's not necessary. But if you are the type who really gets cold easily, then it might actually be useful for you. March is probably one of the worst months for the air quality, so be prepared. The air will be bad. Like, just think of it, it's gonna be bad. If you're gonna get good air, you're lucky. But most of the times it's gonna be bad, because that's the time when the winds from the certain neighboring country are coming here. So what you need to do, you need to go to the convenience store or any kind of drugstore here and get yourself the masks. If you think there is a dust in the air, it's probably really bad air quality. That means it's really bad. If it looks kind of okayish, it's probably medium quality. And if it looks really clear, which is usually probably after rain, which you won't get a lot of, then it's really clean. So another thing about air quality, if the weather is warm, it's going to be bad. If the weather is cold, it's probably going to be better. So you can kind of expect, if it's going to be like you're here and you're like, oh, tomorrow is going to be so nice and warm, be prepared. It's probably going to be really bad air quality, because the warm weather comes from the neighboring country. So let's just put it there. Okay, March is probably one of the most famous months when it comes to spring, because we got the cherry blossoms. So cherry blossoms start in Seoul. They start around mid-March, or maybe it depends on the year. Sometimes it's even more towards the end, but usually mid-March is here. The southern parts get it a lot earlier, almost like the start of March. Higher areas in Seoul, they get it in the end of the March. For example, I live in Seoul National University campus, and we got it literally in the end of the month. So you should really be aware of that. But if you do come here in the end of the month and you missed all the blossoms, just go up the mountain and you'll find it somewhere probably. So where to go to see the cherry blossoms? Well, to be honest, they're everywhere. They're literally going to be everywhere. So don't stress too much about it. You will see them. There are certain places that people do go to. For example, there's Yeouido Park, there's Seoksun Lake, which is Lotte World, or the Lotte department store. It's in Jamsil. And we've got Seoul Forest, which is very famous for wedding photography. Then also all the palaces. I would imagine that all the palaces are pretty good. The suggestion would be probably Gyeongbokgung, but there are also other palaces around, so you don't have to go to the most famous one. Palaces probably will have those. And university campuses, like Seoul National University has some pretty decent cherry blossoms. We have a park, Lake Park, next to the campus, and that is all cherry blossoms, but nobody knows about it, so nobody goes there. But I mean, locals, some of them know, but it's not like a touristy place, so there won't be a lot of tourists there. But there are these huge tall trees, and they're all cherry blossoms. So that is pretty cool. But also, I found that Kyunghee University also has pretty beautiful cherry blossoms, and the buildings there are probably nicer than Seoul National University. I don't think the buildings here are that great, but the nature is great here. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend checking out some of the universities. Just Instagram them before you go and see what people are posting pictures of. And then finally, I would also recommend Seoul National Cemetery, which is in Dongchak Station. And that place is a cemetery, but it has really beautiful cherry blossom trees, and actually it's one of the go-to places as well for Soulites to go there. So the next month, April is what you would think a spring is like. So days get really warm, evenings are still pretty chilly, so you do want to layer up again. So, but maybe not winter jackets anymore. Now you can think of these little beautiful light coats you have, like trench coats and nice leather jackets and warm hoodies. That is the kind of vibe you want to get. Also, some days it's really warm, so you can have like bare legs. I actually had a skin problem, so I couldn't have anything that covered really my legs, like really tightly, like tights or things. So I got away wearing longer skirts and trousers that were really flowy, and I wasn't cold. But saying that, I did wear a warmer jacket to kind of counteract it. So if you do want to bare your legs, you do need a jacket. For sure you need a jacket in that case. But that's it. The weather is nice. You've got like 18 degrees average daytime, so it's not bad. It's really good. And air quality, I would say it's alright. It's still bad, but it's alright. It's a little bit better than March, because March is really bad. So yeah, air quality is still quite bad, and you should get some face masks if you do experience a really bad air quality day, because you can never know when it's gonna be like 200, because there's this one day and suddenly like you get alarms on your phone like do not go outside. So it can get pretty serious during the springtime. But other than that, I think it's pretty okay. Just go to the Pyeongjong, the convenience store or the drugstores, get yourself 94 or up the face mask, and you should be alright. So let's talk about the flowers that blossom. So I think I actually prefer April more than March, because even though you have these beautiful cherry blossoms, everything else is dead. Nothing else is blossoming, growing, nothing's green really. So April, the moment cherry blossoms finish, it gets green, like poof, and it's like this beautiful, vibrant spring green. Like it's so beautiful. And you get all these other crazy colored flowers. We got lilacs, they are the first ones in, and then everything smells amazing. Then we've got azalea. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but they are just beautiful. They are like pinks and purples and white, and they're everywhere. Koreans really love those because they put them like everywhere. So you have like a whole wall of azalea. And you also get Japanese queens. It's this red flower, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. If you find that, it blows your mind. It's like pure red. It's so beautiful. And yeah, so you've got these flowers, and also they start planting all these flowers everywhere, so you get most spring flowers that time. So where to go for all these beautiful flowers? Well, obviously university campuses, I would say, a definitely great place, because they have really good gardening skills. I mean, they put effort in their gardening, and they have massive lands, so therefore you have these beautiful areas with tons of greenery, and like there's not that many cars, and it's nice. It's very nice, so definitely worth checking out. You also have Seoul Forest Park, so you've got that. You got World Cup Park, and if you go to Wonmisan, they have a whole wall of azalea, so you can go and check that out. So definitely those places can be helpful. But really, if you go anywhere that has greenery, you're probably gonna find some flowers, because Koreans really like to do their landscaping and all of that stuff. And finally, we made it to May. May, I would say, it's like the northern European summer. So it's not really hot, but it's not cold either. Like, you can wear layers, it's fine. I mean, not like winter jackets, but you can have like warmer cardigans or jackets, and it's good. But then you can also not wear them. Like right now, I'm not wearing it, and today is quite a chilly day, so it's fine. Like, you can get away with that. Especially if you walk around, you probably don't want to put too many layers, but you do want to cover your skin because the sun gets really, really, really strong in Korea. And I'm not joking. Last year, my mom came here during May, and she never gets like suntan or anything, but she definitely got a tan here. So bear that in mind. Sun here is really intense, so be prepared. Wear your sunscreen at all, where any day you go out, all over the year, be it winter or summer, sunscreen is a must. So anyways, the temperatures are around 23 degrees average daytime, but it gets hot. Some days are like 30 degrees, some days are a little bit less. So yeah, just look at the weather forecast. But light layers, so you can wear bare skin, it's fine. Like short skirts are fine. Maybe shorts are not that great. I don't know, short skirts are fine, but if I think, I would not wear a pair of shorts right now. For guys as well, I don't really see guys wearing shorts. I see girls wearing miniskirts, but I don't see any other options like shorts. Not seen that yet. I guess it's not warm enough for that. Then blouses, all kinds of blouses, flowy blouses are great. And then yeah, you can still wear your like spring leather jackets, or you can have a hoodie, but the hoodie might get a little bit warm unless you can open it front. But yeah, so light layers, I would say. Have the option, but you don't necessarily need that every day, but having the option is great. Yeah, the air quality is a lot better than the 2 previous months, so it's not gonna hurt you that much. I did not wear a face mask this month, I think maybe like once or twice when it got really bad. But saying that, there were some bad days, like 150 in, when before May you can easily get like 200s, then May is more like 150 a bad day. So just so you know. And about the flowers, because we all want the flowers, May is pretty interesting. It still has the leftover from April, so you get some azaleas and you get some other flowers, but then you also get acacia. I don't know how they call it in English, but it's like this beautiful white tree with white flowers, and they just like fall down like this. It's beautiful. I'll find a picture for you. And then it's called wisteria. I don't know. It's really good smelling flower. It's just amazing. You can smell it from far away, and it's just beautiful. And it usually climbs on these little pathway things, and it's just amazing. You should totally check those out when you can. And May has this final touch, the final bang. It's called roses. So in the end of May, like literally this time now, most representative part of it is the roses. So you've got rose festivals, and all these apartment buildings with like fences around them, they usually have roses on them. So it's beautiful. But here there is actually this festival, rose festival, and it's usually towards the end of the May, depending on when the rose season is. So if you do come here in the end of the month, you might want to check out that place. And also Olympic Park Rose Garden exists, so it's worth checking out that as well. So if you are into roses, then you should come in the end of May. So that's it for the video. I hope you found it useful and somewhat entertaining. And well, I will be making more videos on this topic, like the summer, autumn, and winter. So see you in those videos. Bye!